everybody, I'm Ron Cantor and you're watching Out of Zion on God TV. We've begun a short series on names of the central figures in the New Testament. It's based on a book I wrote called Identity Theft, How Jesus Was Robbed of His Jewishness. Today we want to talk about an amazing woman who gave birth to the Messiah. All of your life you were probably told that the mother of Jesus was a woman named Mary. Millions of others actually call her Maria. Now why is this significant? It's important because these names make the mother of Yeshua sound English as in Mary or Italian as in Maria, when of course she was neither. In fact, some actually think that she was a Catholic. That would have been quite difficult as she was born in Israel, several hundred years before there was ever even such a thing as the Roman Catholic Church. No one ever worshiped her in the first century or referred to her as the Mother of God. Sadly, people have turned her into an idol in which to pray. We see no such teaching in the New Testament. She was just a woman, a very blessed one, but nothing more. The Father never intended that people would build statues of her or idolize her. We are called to worship God alone. When John, in the book of Revelation, sought to worship an angel, he was rebuked. And when I heard and saw, I fell down to worship at the feet of the angel who showed me these things. But he said to me, "Do not do that. I am a fellow servant of yours and of your brethren the prophets, and those who heed the words of this book. Worship God." And what's worse is that the very people who claim to adore her, this Jewish woman, became the primary oppressors of the Jewish people. They pray that she will intercede for them, and at the same time, they persecuted and killed her descendants. From the time of Constantine to the present day. Yes, in 2016, in the United States, at a basketball game, Catholic youth shouted and chanted towards the Jewish fans of their opponent, "You killed Jesus, you killed Jesus." But Mary was an Israelite, a Hebrew, a Jew, and her name is actually Miriam, a Jewish name. That's the same name as the sister of Moses. So why is her name printed as Mary in the English New Testament, but the sister of Moses is Miriam? The answer is simple, and it's not as sinister as you might think, although it still confuses the identity of Yeshua's earthly mother. The New Covenant was written in Greek, so her name had already been Hellenized, that is, conformed to Greek culture. Even in the original text, they wrote the Greek equivalent of her name rather than her actual name. And the English transliteration of the Greek form of Miriam is Mary or Maria. Whereas when the Hebrew scriptures were translated into English, there was no Greek influence. Thus, Moses' sister remained Miriam. One more thing. While it's correct to say that Miriam was not divine, let's not sell her short. She was chosen for a reason. She was humble and loving, a God-fearing servant of the Lord. She has taken her place next to Sarah, Rebecca, and Rachel in the kingdom of heaven. She is a very special woman indeed, and should have been an example to young Jewish girls throughout the centuries. But like Yeshua, her identity was altered, even hijacked. Another myth about Mary is that she had no children. We see very clearly that Yeshua had brothers and sisters. Matthew 13 states, "Isn't this the carpenter's son? Isn't his mother called Miriam, and his brothers Jacob and Joseph and Simon and Judah? And his sisters, aren't they all with us?" The main point here is this, not to haggle over names or words, but to restore the Jewish flavor of the gospel. If Jewish people stumble over the idea of a crucified Messiah, there's nothing I can do about that. But God forbid they stumble because we have not correctly communicated the gospel in its original Hebraic context. And make sure to visit God.tv so you never miss an episode, and you can find me at roncantor.com.
Please follow Ron on Twitter and Facebook at Ron S. Cantor to find out more about Ron and his ministry. For more information on God TV and the Out of Zion programs, or to view these programs again, go to god.tv/Zion.